So in this video, we'll look at some of the basics of GeoGebra. In this case, we are looking at parallelograms, trapeziums, and how you can basically get towards a parallelogram, rectangle, square, and so on. Start with the point, say origin, and we can put another point. If you put a point along the axis, then there may be a certain relationship. It assumes that they are both along the x-axis. So line segment. Then since we want at least one set of lines parallel, we can say okay, parallel to this anyway. And we can put a couple of points. You want a trapezium, so let's say a couple of points on this. So you remember all these constraints because these constraints determine how things can move or not move. So let's create a polygon. So in this polygon, we have a trapezium. And what are the things we can move? We can move the point along the axis, as we can say. Axis. If you wanted a parallelogram, we need a line parallel to this. So let's just say, okay, going through B, that's a line I have in parallel. So if I want a parallelogram, then I need to move this point to be in line with this parallel. Then I need a parallelogram. And for it to be, when it is parallel, I see that it off, you can see that B is these two are the same because it's just a tad bit off. So, yeah, now it's perfect. So you can see this is a parallelogram now in which the parallel sides they're parallel, so it's they're equal. So that's what a parallelogram is like. And you can also then make it into a rectangle. You can make that vertical. You can make this also vertical. And it's a little bit off, but you can get it exactly right. You can press shift and the arrow keys. Again, you can see that all the sides are equal, and you should of course check on the angle. You can zoom in and out with the middle button, and you can hold the down for dragging things around. So angles are always anti-clockwise. So we are measuring an angle, that's this one. That means this will come before this. This will come. This will come. Otherwise, it will measure the bigger angle. Things that tad bit off. Okay. Sides are equal. They are parallel. So that means these two lines are parallel. Let's see if that makes sense. A and B are 0 and 0, and E is the one we care about. D is 0. Yeah, so the axis is 0. Y axis is 0. E also is 8, and yeah. So this seems vertical, but there's some small error that it seems. And if I want to get it to be a square, then basically that. So it's not exactly that. So I can put shift, and that will be a better control. So D, of course, is a little bit off. So we can start doing shift a little bit right. Still doing it. Not exactly sure why we're not getting 90 degrees, but you can show all these transformations. If you move the point B, it only moves along the x-axis. Initially, when we placed it, you can imagine that A and B are related right in. There are other interesting things you can do. You can move around the point. Okay. So, this case, if you had not placed B exactly on the x-axis but a little bit off, then you would have been able to rotate the entire shape as well. So anyway, this shows some of the transformations that you have going from, yeah, basically going from